what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Welcome into, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, the Wednesday edition of your show. I am still your busty host, Gary, currently 15 pounds overweight and hating every second of it. This is the only live show, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, located in Saskatoon, dare I say Saskatchewan. And we're so proud to be in that category, I guess is the fun way to say it. We love being live all the time here because no one else will do it, is the point we're trying to get across. We also love making up categories. We are number one in, and then saying we're number one. For instance, we are the number one show today on YouTube featuring non-alcoholic Guinness. What was that? Was that you talking? I was ready for the cheers. Love Guinness. Oh. If they want to sponsor, please let us know. 0% Guinness, the greatest drink in the history of mankind. We also have a camera, world-renowned around here. Some even joke that it's the only reason they watch. Here's the proof. It is the Maggie Cam. Look at her. She was amped up. She came in here, and she was calm and cool, and then our guest showed up, and she went crazy. Totally crazy, which is a good sign of lots of love. The Maggie Cam for our best pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk in those doors, you'll be greeted by Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy, who has a bed right beside the door. He'll walk you up to the counter, and you'll say hi to Mike or Rochelle, and then you will have the greatest shopping experience in the history of pet stores. Even if you go after hours on the weekends, Kirsten Shar or Chris will take care of you then. You can even take your pet into the state-of-the-art cleaning station they have over there. It's second to none. All of that's waiting for you. Compliments of our good friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, as Margaret slowly drifts off yet again. This is her pre-meal nap that she's taking right now. She knows she's going to be eating soon. That was good, Maggie Cam. We got LB in the house again on the ones and twos, which is sort of interesting. And I realized we were talking about the overlays earlier that Royal Anders made for us. Beautiful overlays, but they take up a little too much. There we go. Oh, LB, I can see your head in there. Be careful. Yeah, get that joint out of your mouth, buddy. I saw that. That's post-show joints. You can't be doing that. Wednesdays, we like to have a lot of fun. The proof of that is here. We have developed an all-the-way-around table, and I'm so proud right now to introduce you to the two other fellas that are in Saskatoon with us. One you know from Strip Down, the other you know from the Dude Podcast, and so much more. It's Coach Comma2 and Curtis Anderson. Ooh, what was the name of that swipe? The diagonal swipe? He's getting fancy with them.
What a horrible way to find out I'm not Maggie's boyfriend anymore.
Dude, if you've met Leroy, you'd understand.
Okay,
it's an instant connection.
Fair play, Leroy.
It's your classic like Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy situation because Maggie's so big and he's so small. So
right.
Leroy's like about this big. And Leroy just grabs her by the leash and walks her around the shop. It's a wild dynamic.
Leroy's brown, too.
That is true. Very true. He's a great dog, and we love Leroy over there. How are you?
Are those eyes looking at me?
Yes.
That's the fun thing about being here and being parallel with people. How am I?
Yes.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I'm good.
Always good.
Should we check in with our third member? Is he ready? Are we ready?
Is that technically
Everyone
The swollen
has their
member.
earpieces in. It is go time. Everybody, hop into the DeLorean. We are going to take you back
To
or
the
ahead?
future.
Is it ahead or back?
We're going back to the future. We're not going back in time. We're going back.
To the future.
Quick, name one member of the Swollen members.
Oh, man.
I should know them. Like, they're on the tip of my tongue. I know both of them. There's like Mocha only. Is
Yeah,
that one?
that's one.
Oh, yeah.
And
The other guy.
The other guy, little guy.
Chocolate.
No, Chocolate was Northern Touch.
Rascals.
Maybe this guy will know. Ladies and gentlemen, from Melbourne, Australia, it's Coach number one.
Hey!
That hat's in good
Rhinos.
condition.
Horns up.
You're like a one-man handsome contest every week, buddy.
Always winning. Is that what it means?
You're looking
What?
good, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know the other member of the Swollen members besides Mocha only?
The little blonde guy. It's gonna bug
Who are
me.
the swollen members?
Oh,
boo.
He comes to the Cruise Event Center
I
like every
think my
Tuesday.
power went off.
Literally. Oh, you gotta turn that on. We're on it. We're gonna look it up. How are you, AJ? How's things over on the other side of the world?
Things are going very well over here. We're getting closer to Christmas. 2 more days of work. The baseball season is wound up. So we're now hitting the Christmas break,
Nice.
which is nice. Kind of get a little bit of our time back. And I'm pretty pumped because Black Friday sales were what, 3 weeks ago?
Well, they've been going on for months now, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Silly. Yeah.
Anyways, we bought a new TV for the alfresco area.
Woo! I
What's
don't know what.
So,
How many
Any of
inches
that.
are those?
What's an al
70,
fresco?
90, 80?
so I
66.
we had 75 Samsung, some kind of model.
What's the
80,
Australian?
80
Monday,
Keep going. You're doing good.
Monday
Keep
I
going.
get something from JB Hi-Fi, which is like where you buy all your electronics, and the 85-inch is now on sale for the same price.
Brutal.
come
Return
on.
it. There there's a
Return.
policy. You can
Return.
bring it back, and you're doing that. I'll shut up. Go ahead with your story.
Oh, but so Sunday I thought, oh, I got to get this TV out of the box and set it up because it's been sitting in the house for 3 weeks, and I'm not very comfortable with having to put it up on the wall outside, so I just kind of put it off. Anyways, I was talking to my dad, and he says, get a piece of cardboard, same size as your TV, and put it in the wall. That'll give you an idea of where you should put it. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I cut out the front of the big box.
Oh no.
Cut it up to put on the wall.
No.
And then I see this Monday sale, and I thought, oh, they're not going to take it back because
No, they will.
the box is red.
Trash the box.
No,
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Your dad ruined it.
No.
Anyways, I called them up, explained what happened,
Here it is.
and they're like, yep, no problem. Just bring it back. We'll flip you the new TV. So now we're getting an
Nice.
85-inch, and life is so
man.
good.
Yeah. That's
Just bouncing off of that, I need to know what the heck's an Alfredo area. What are you talking about there?
that's where they eat pasta. So it's like particularly fettuccine noodles.
So for me, it would be in my living room / bathroom / kitchen.
Right.
On my heater table I have.
That's true. Instead of calling it a chalet, you
I
can
have an
call it
Alfredo.
Alfredo. Yeah.
Please come into my Alfredo room. Okay. Is that close? Are we right?
I like how Curtis he's just listening to you two going. He did
Al-
not say Alfredo.
What I said
He
was
said
alfresco.
Alfresco.
I'm cultured. Don't worry. I knew
Alfresco.
exactly what you were
Okay,
talking
sorry.
about.
I
What's
knew
your,
what he was
what's
talking
your
about.
al fresca? What is it? What are we talking about?
Oh, I love fresca.
Someone tell me.
Fresca. I haven't had a Fresca.
It's so good.
It's like it's outside the back deck. It's covered. It's got a roof and ceiling.
Episode
And then it's got
64,
blinds
we
that you
talked
can
about this. That's fine.
Open up and down.
Hold on.
Yeah, we did. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
It
It's
sounds like a deck.
Almost done
Why don't we just call it a deck?
Or a pergola,
with the
because it's
ceiling
not.
and some walls.
It's a fresca. It's not
like
a three-season room.
pergola.
It's like a pergola, but it's not a three-season room. It's not a pergola. It's a fresca, almost like Sprite.
Alfresco.
Al fresco. Okay. I'd like to meet this guy sometime. Sounds like he's
When
onto
it's
something.
finally done, I did say in episode 64 when it's done, I will do one of the shows
Oh.
from there because
Remember Hacksaw Jim Duggan? That would be. Wouldn't that be a sick wrestler, Al Fresca, and he comes out with just like some lattice, and he just rakes it over a guy's face. You know what I mean?
Gertie, we're talking wrestling now.
Yeah,
That's
no,
your cue.
I-
That's your cue. Get in here.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to talk wrestling, and there it is. I don't want to take
fresco.
away.
I want to
from
get a
the-
belt. I need to get a belt. Where do you guys get these belts? I've seen them on like hockey teams have them, or I've seen it. Brett Kanashchuk's baseball team in Calgary seems to hand one out after every game.
Those ones.
Where do you get 'em?
Those legit titles that like world champions get, like whoever wins World Series, wins Super Bowl, whatever, and you see all those guys get presented a belt. Those are legit replica WWE World Championship belts. They produce them strictly for these guys for their achievements, and they pass them along. Unlike this one. This one was picked up when Maze and I were doing a recording of Dude Podcast. We went to the Pelican Market, my favorite restaurant, just down over here. They have a dollar store inside. Got this bad boy for like $2.
Shut up.
$2.
That was a.
Got this.
No way.
We got
There's
this.
more.
We got
They
Clue.
have more?
We got
Still
this.
there?
We
I'm
don't
going
know.
there right now.
We got Clue Junior. We got a couple bananas.
That
It was a good purchase. We had a good buy over at the Pelican Market.
I've always wondered where you got that, but I was afraid to ask because I was like, I'll never be able to afford one of those.
$2.
Pelican Market.
$2.
Down.
It's right over there. The
think it was
best store
$7.99.
in
You know where that
the
would
universe.
go, you know where that would look good hanging, right?
Near El Franco's.
Right up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Staple that. But don't use staple because this one's made of air.
Yeah, that's the one issue. That's why this one is $2. It's a blow-up belt. But you
Is
can't
it?
tell
It
from
looks,
there.
It looks Reggie-Didge.
It is Reggie Ditch. I like to
It's
sport
upside down.
But it's the right side up for him.
Yeah, it is. It looked normal for AJ.
I was going to ask
That's
what the
good Aussie
conversion
humor.
is from Australian inches too. Like it might be a
Oh.
super small TV by our standards.
That's
right?
a great
Very
point.
true.
I
What's the
didn't know.
measurements you guys use there?
How many centimeters is that TV?
Yeah.
It's 2.16 meters.
Ooh, man.
That's a good answer.
That seems like a lot. How big is this TV here?
That's a 60 or
That's got to be in the 70s. That's a huge
that's
TV.
a 65er.
Then how about this one?
That's a 55er.
Crazy. Do you sell TVs?
What are you laughing at, Curtis?
I bought one.
These guys know the TV size off the top of their head. It's astounding.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Bought some
I didn't know
TVs
there was
in
going to
my
be a
day.
test on this. I would have
I
been
can
out here with my
imagine.
measuring tape. I feel left out.
You know, was there 3 TVs? 4? There's 6 TVs in here in this studio. You'd think I would be good, at least good at knowing sizes, but I'm not.
Well, you're on the what is that one? A 27? You're
Oh,
on the
yeah.
27
The tube
tube
TV,
to
yeah.
play
It's for
your
our Twitch
games
stream.
on.
Yeah.
So everything is just bigger. So it's like, oh, that's huge. Like everything's big. You're still in like, what year would that be? 2007,
Very heavy,
2008, where
very
everyone's
heavy
like
TVs.
55 was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like 42 was unreal. I bought my 42-inch TV, an LG Scarlett it was called, and I got that with some extended warranty and a wall mount for $2,040.
buy
And
a
I
house
thought
for that now.
Yeah, like
That's so much.
but I was just
Yeah.
like, I was jacked for this thing, and then I was watching True Lies on it, and it looked terrible because it
Jamie
was
Lee Curtis.
it was looking like you could see the set boxes, like, and there's a time when Arnold leaned against like a tanker box, or like it was supposed to be on a ship dock or whatever, that scene, and he leans against this thing, and it moves, which you don't notice in real life on the grainy stuff we used to watch on. I was just like, oh, that moves slightly. There's no weight behind that. That's a set prop. This is the worst movie ever. Now I hate
Took you
this
right
TV.
out.
Took me out of it. But
That
then I
giant
watched
TV was a blessing and a curse.
I watched Resident Evil with my folks once, and my parents are like, it looks 3D, like this is too much, like the depth that we've been accustomed to.
Your parents were watching Resident Evil?
I was hungover so bad once. I was working at the Willows. Someone walked past the big panoramic view in front of the Willows, like in front of the golf course, and I was a little bit hung, and I watched. And I'm like, man, these TVs are good. And then I realized I was looking out of a window. I wasn't high.
Just
Anyway.
hungover. As interesting as this chat is going.
I was gonna say I watched wrestling for the first time on a big TV, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is fake."
Like you said,
Stomping their feet. What the
live
hell?
by the sword, die by the sword. That's why I hate when they
Slapping.
have those guys who are mic'd up ringside and they play the video of them calling out all the moves, like calling the match, and you can hear it. It just takes you right out of. But at the same time, brings you right in if you're a huge fan, because they're like, "Oh, that's so cool." But if I'm someone trying to like get into wrestling and I hear how they call a match, it probably wouldn't be the best thing for me, because you want to be, enamored with the magic.
All right, you want to get lost in it.
Yeah.
That's it. Get lost in that. What's going on in Australia, brother? Anything exciting? Any Christmas plans for you guys? I know you got a little cookout you guys are doing, I think you were saying.
Yeah, we'll go to the in-laws. Christmas shopping, still have a little bit to do.
Ooh.
Actually, as you mentioned, your parents, Coach, too. I thought I got to organize something for my parents still. So we'll jump on Amazon and get something sorted. Did we talk about this? No gifts between my wife and I this year?
I don't think we did. That sounds like a death sentence, dude. You didn't fall for that, did you?
I was gonna say it's a trap.
Yeah, that's
Not
a
real.
huge trap.
It's a trap,
Don't do
buddy.
it.
Don't do
It's
it.
a double
thing.
edge. It's a double trap.
Yeah.
You're in a no-win situation.
This is what you've done here, AJ. Literally and metaphorically, you've stepped on the grenade or the landmine, I guess, and your foot's on it right now. No
Wait a
matter what
second.
happens, no matter what you do,
No,
you're
wait,
blowing
wait.
up.
He's the team builder,
Yes.
so maybe he's gonna lead us into it, dude. Let him finish.
No.
Because we're just pessimists. Like, you know what I mean?
So true.
He's
I
gonna
forgot
present
about-
an idea to us, and maybe
a
it's
book about how
genius.
to handle it,
He's
yeah.
written a friggin' book. Go ahead.
Incredible. Get that
So you're
book
not
over
doing
here.
any
Bring
gifts.
it over here. I can't see it good enough over there. Can you reach over? Yeah. There, nail
Well,
it.
I'm actually a little worried now because
You
so my
should be.
wife suggested, she said, let's not get each other gifts. Let's just get a new barbecue.
Right.
Yeah, that's where you left us with, and we were like, "Whoa, jackpot!"
Wait.
I don't know, man.
Wait. What does she enjoy the most on the Barbie? So it's like you go and get. So it's not a gift, but it's like you wrap it up, and she's like, "We said we wouldn't get each other anything, AJ," because that's what she calls you probably, and then a little J, and then she'll open it up, and it's maybe her favorite. Big J, steak cut, or maybe some spices or some dry rubs, or whole things around the barbecue. So it's a deal, but you still get to wrap something up. She still gets to open something at Christmas, and she won't be mad because it's in relation to what you purchased. That's my advice.
I feel like this is all leading to a shrimp on the Barbie punchline. Was that what this is going to?
No, I mean,
That's a long setup for such.
I mean,
little payoff.
Crocodile Dundee's the best movie of all time, next to The Gods Must Be Crazy 1 and 2. But
Dude, there's a lot to unpack there. I thought we were going to let him talk. I thought we were
Yeah,
going to
go ahead.
justify
It
this.
is.
Yeah, jeez. All right, tell
I'm
us
a
the
little
setup
worried.
here.
Okay, so we've already bought the barbecue. Soon as she said that, I was like, bang. I went to the shop, got a new Weber.
Nice.
We've got to get rid of our old one before I'm allowed to set this one up. So we're not wrapping it up. We're not taking it with us to the in-laws. But I did say to her yesterday, I said, like, are we really not doing gifts? Did you get me anything?
oh yeah,
Oh,
And she's
no.
like, no, I didn't get you anything. But what do I do?
Admiral Akbar, bro.
You got to get her something,
get her
man.
something,
I still have
Still
to get
got
her
to get.
something.
You still have to.
and you might have to spend more than
Yes.
you've ever spent.
Yeah, this is
You're
going
in
to
a
be one of
tough
those moments.
situation.
Yeah, you got to blindside her now.
Yeah,
You're
And
being,
then see, this is a perfect opportunity to get one up in marriage, because then you could be like, well, I'd never not get you something. I know we said that. Like, what kind of insane partner wouldn't actually get someone else?
I'm not
and-
a monster.
gift.
and then she will say, "But I didn't get you anything," and you're like, "But I have you. You are the perfect.
You are the gift.
You
Or
are
else
the
you
gift.
say-
I have
you're
you.
in
Or else
gold,
you
yeah.
say that's fine, and then like turn around so she doesn't see you cry, and then oh my God, next Christmas you are gonna be the belle of the ball. She is gonna make sure. She's
Yeah.
gonna
Wow.
make sure she has your back.
Actually,
next
my
Christmas.
birthday's coming up in January.
See,
Even better.
Go.
this.
My birthday's in January. It's like the springboard.
See,
Yes, this is good.
this all lines up.
Well, it's not good yet.
I
It's
like
gonna,
Curtis how he,
It's all mind games. That's all marriage is.
well, it's all about leverage and getting one up. I like how you said that
100%.
before.
You think you're tired? Let me tell you how
You
tired I
guys,
am.
I'll tell you, as a guy who went by that and thought that was a true statement, you don't last long in a marriage if you actually think that way.
I don't know.
You
When
gotta
my
be on
wife
top
says
of it.
she's fine, I'm like, hey, she's fine. Oh,
Perfect. Then why are you crying, honey? What's wrong? Nothing. I'm fine. So you gotta break the bank. Is what
So
you
new
gotta do.
barbecue.
So now here we go. You got your barbecue. What are we thinking, fellas? Are we talking jewelry? We talking liquor, flowers, something else?
Butterfly? Is she a butterfly or a dragonfly, or is she a bee or a bumblebee? What kind of insect is she like?
Interesting. Okay.
What kind of is she into those sort of things,
she
or
like
flowers?
insects?
Is she like flowers or anything like that? Give me something. Because you could
Last
get
year I got her a heated jacket.
no. You're not answering. Does she like
Like-
anything in nature? Does she like nature-ish sort of things? No. Sport? What kind of sport is she into?
I'm guessing she's sick of sports.
No,
None.
not at all. He cannot stand baseball.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Okay.
Um,
So the baseball bat burger flipper's out,
Yeah.
or
that
the
would've been good.
Barbie tongs.
Maybe buy that one for himself
With the Barbie.
while shopping. So a heated jacket.
Yeah. So, anyways, I've got a few days to get this going.
Is it cold in
I'll keep you
Australia?
posted.
So you could do a double swerve though.
Oh,
You
right
could
now.
be like, well, I really wanted to get you something anyway, and then produce like a bracelet box. But then when she
Oh.
opens it up, it's just like one of those tacky barbecue aprons with like the bikini cartoon bottom on. Because that's a range of emotion right there. Because then she's like, oh crap, I didn't get him something. Oh crap, it's a huge gift. It's a bit. Oh, okay. No, we're back to square one. Then it's laughs all around. Right?
Oh, that is gold. Yeah, we'll get some like what's that store with the light blue cut, like the cover of the book.
Tiffany's.
San Francisco.
Tiffany's. I'll get some big
Tiffany's.
Tiffany's box, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
cool.
There it is. Any other brain busters for us? That was
That's
pretty
cool.
easy. Feel like we got you back on track here.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have such a solid marriage after December with all of our advice.
Oh, I can't
It's on a
wait for
good
my
track.
birthday.
It's on a good track. Yeah.
The birthday will be great.
Oh, it's your birthday will be amazing. You're gonna have so much barbecue related gifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be unreal.
So just to bring us back to where we started, Swilla members, no mocha only. We were way off on that one.
I was gonna say, well, hold on. If the other member was a child, what kind of child would it be?
Mad Child. But now, who's the other member of Swilla members with Mad Child?
It's not Mocha only anymore.
No.
No, he was in Rascals.
I don't know who is
He wasn't
it.
even in the round. He just featured on.
It's not
A
me,
guy
is it?
named Prevail.
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 Was AJ on when we were talking about
Yes.
this?
We asked him if he remember he didn't know the Swilla members. I also do a little reset here because this is what the
I was gonna-
professionals do.
Okay.
This is the Wednesday All the Way Around table starring Coach Number 1 as well as Curtis Anderson and Coach Comma 2, a.k.a. Mazer. If you ever want to send us any feedback or info, because I know AJ is always looking for feedback and info, hit us up at contact@dufferinav.com. I can't even send it over here right now. Over here.
Could I?
Normally we do a nice little jingle, but I've been jingling too much lately. So we'll just say contact@dufferinav.com, send an email there, and then we will hear it and we will pass them along to Coach Number 1. We also have a website. Always got to say it, Royal Anders, our good buddy made that one, dufferinav.com. I bet you that's him. That's either him or Caitlin. Someone's coming in hot. We'll see who it is. That's the website. All right, back to business. That sounds like a dude.
I have a swollen member story. This is a great story, actually, if you got 2 minutes for it.
I believe we
Okay,
do.
I started at Shaw TV in 2003, and there was this little shelf of tapes that like predated 2000. There was only like 3 or 4, but it was like we can't get rid of these tapes because there's gold on there. So this is like footage from like 1998, 1999. Okay, one tape had horse on a treadmill. Don't ask me why. There's a horse walking slowly on a treadmill, and it was mind-blowing. And I found 100 reasons to use it in everyday stories. And then on another one of the tapes, there was an interview with pre-Mocha Only. Like, it was him. I don't know if he was using that name, but he was in some other group in Saskatoon in 1998. And they interviewed him, and he was like, he had all this attitude. He's like, next time, because they're like, when are you going to come back? And he's like, hopefully I become so famous I never have to come back here and like watch for me kind of thing. And it was that guy from Swollen Members. And he kind of almost got famous enough to not come back. But it was funny because it was like 1998 before they broke. He called it.
Do you guys remember Size Small Island?
Size Small?
Yeah. Are you related to the family that ran Size Small Island?
I'm not. That came out of nowhere.
And wait for it. There's always a method to the madness.
There's no method. Just the way there's an expression you had, and you were talking about the TV. I was like, oh, maybe he's related to those people.
Interesting.
'Cause
You ever
those
watch
people
Size
are
Small there?
Famous.
Coach Number 1? Size
I was just gonna say, what is Size Small
Not
Island?
too
It sounds like a
tall.
kid's.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
kid's
a
show.
kid's show.
It was a kid's show.
It was like there was a big dinner plate
okay.
that had wooden spoons and
Yeah. It was
Oh,
Size
yeah,
Small.
I reminded you of that. I reminded you. Oh God, what was his name? My
That
dad
guy.
used to make fun of that kid.
yeah, I thought that was you.
Yeah, you thought that was me. Okay, well, that's good.
Out of
Yeah.
all the things.
Yeah.
All the things. That's where
Where's
we go.
the Netflix documentary about Size Small and like the rampant addiction going on behind the scenes?
It'll be coming soon.
Coming.
Yeah.
Trust me. How's everyone getting ready for the big Aussie Open out there? Any celebrities coming in, flying in, showing up, doing all that fun stuff? Or is it not quite there yet?
The focus, there hasn't been a lot of media attention on the Aussie Open because the cricket's on right now. And
Oh
the
yeah,
Australian
Boxing Day
men's
test
team,
match. Yeah, Boxing Day.
I think they're not going so well. So that's everybody's talking about how bad the Aussie cricketers are.
Hey.
And then the rest is just about how troubled and lost the Toronto Blue Jays are.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment.
Are we ready, Curtis? Are you ready to tackle this one?
I'm ready. I
ready.
am sorry. I'm just
All right.
trying to
Guide
put
us
up
through
fire.
the murky. No, I wasn't judging.
No,
you
no,
for
no.
being on your
It's
phone.
okay. I shouldn't be on my phone, but
No,
I'm
I'm saying-
juggling 2 crises as this goes on.
We are about to talk baseball.
Speaking of crisis,
So I was saying it facetiously.
facetiously, yes, because
Thank
I come on every Wednesday to talk baseball.
Now he gets
knowing nothing about baseball.
Now you get it. But knowing that helps you bring another side to the story. So don't devalue yourself.
I will. Okay.
Coach Number 1, What's wrong with the
I was going
Toronto
to
Blue
say
Jays?
that makes us a good team because I know nothing about swollen members,
Ah,
but we can leverage your knowledge and me not knowing anything, and vice versa. But so Toronto Blue Jays, look, I've always been optimistic, going things will come around, things will work themselves out. Um, the, I have no idea where they can possibly go right now. They can go out and sign a couple free agents. Yeah, that's great. We've got no idea what's happening with Vladdy. Every year it's a debate. Do we keep Vladdy or do we keep Bo? One year I'm like, yeah, it's Bo. Bo's the guy. He's the guy that's focused. He's always wanting to get better. Vladdy looks like he's having too much fun. Then Vladdy comes back the next year and he kicks ass, and then Bo's not as good. So this year we've got no idea what we're going to get from either of those two. We've only got him for one more year. We've got this pretty good pitching staff, and in the last 2 or 3 years, we have not been able to do anything from an offensive perspective. And it's, do we blow, like we've got our chat group going, Coach Comma too. Do you blow them up? Do you spend 30 or 40 mil to get tier 2? Like, we're not going to be as good as the Dodgers. I don't think anybody's going to be as good as the Dodgers.
Yep.
But it is so frustrating from a Jays, because if we blow it up and rebuild again, that's at least another 5 years that we have to wait. Again, I'm usually pretty optimistic about this, but I'm so over it. If I was the GM of the Jays, I'd have no idea where to start. Like Coach Comment, Curtis, what would you do?
There it is.
do you know the situation that they're in right
I
now?
don't know the situation. I understand from what I'm getting. There's a sports team that's not doing well. Am I there?
Pretty
Yep.
pretty safe.
Pretty accurate.
safe. Okay.
Here's
and
this. They're in the top 10th percentile of spending,
Gotcha. And you're not seeing
fan
results.
base, and the results just aren't there. Not even like they might make playoffs, but there's no run. It's very similar to every Toronto
I was gonna say
franchise.
this sounds
Yeah,
like
so
copy and paste the Toronto Maple Leafs,
It
where
is
it doesn't
actually.
matter. Everybody complains. Everybody is mad all the time. Yet they still support the team.
You did touch on something very important here. Is for so long, all we wanted was offense, or sorry, pitching, because you always had the offense. And then all of a sudden, you finally get the pitching, and then the offense just dies. Like their starting ERA's got to be top 5 the last 3 years. Like it has to be. Their starting pitching has been so unbelievably good. Just
good.
nothing else has been able to keep it up. Like the bullpen, every time. Our guys, like you got guys in there that are supposed to hit, and we're still waiting for them to step up, show up, do something. It's true in every sense of the word that I feel the same way. They're doomed. There's nothing they can do as a team, especially after the Juan Soto stuff is settled, and now we're actually looking at what this is going to be. It is a gross-looking team, man. And Shapiro and Atkins and all those jabronis run the team. Like, just get them out. We've done enough. We've seen enough. Please, just give us something different. That's my hot take.
And so
Yeah.
you're saying if you hit the reset button, it takes like 5 years to build? Yeah.
At least, because you got to
Yeah.
draft.
Not
You have
al-
to. You got to do a lot of good luck has to go your way.
the Padres did a quick reset.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets have done. Anyway, there's other ways to do it, but traditionally speaking, if you just send away all your assets, it's a 5-year process. But every once in a while, you can do a 1-year dip and get back after, kind of like the Giants did for 7 years. They won 3 World Series.
Yeah, every second year.
They're good, cold, good, cold, good, cold.
That's
So,
a great point.
Well,
yeah,
the other way to look at this is how many, Coach Kamatu, you'll know this off the top of your head. How many teams are in the league?
30.
Is it not 32?
30. Okay.
Is it only 30?
I thought it was 31 or
6.
32.
It's 30.
Yeah, it's a dumb number. I remember it being dumb.
NFL, NHL, 32.
Yeah, my bad. Continue.
Okay, so if there's 30, in theory, the league will want every team to win a World Series in those 30 years.
No.
I think the league, that's what they want. They want everybody to be able to. I know there's talk whether you want the big market teams to win more often, but let's just go under this assumption that it's good for the league if every team wins it in a 30-year period.
Okay.
We won in 92 and 93. Does that mean we won 2? So does that mean we've got to wait 60 years?
We're pushing that.
Well, we're on the 30. We're 30 plus.
How many were?
I
How
don't-
many? But wait, how many did it take before that? How many years were
Was
the Jays
expansion
there?
74? Someone tells me 74. Exhibition.
So
season.
we're-
I think they came into the league in 77.
77. That sounds even
Yeah.
better.
I don't know if I can wait that long to riot on 8th Street again, you guys.
Oh man,
Oh,
so good. I'm.
Man.
I think
That
Those
was
car dealerships are walking around like they own the place.
I don't want to promote that sort of thing, but we should have definitely
Yes.
some safe parades
Yes.
in Saskatoon when they win.
When they
Again.
win. Not if, but when. So
When.
when the hell will it be?
So yeah, no, I've had that conversation before, AJ, where you have the number of teams that are in the league, and that once you enter the league, you should do it within the number of teams that are in the league. So within 16 years, if you're or for the CFL, the Riders in theory should win. Every team in the CFL should win one every 10 years, and one team that's good can maybe
Hey,
repeat every once in a
LB,
while.
how many
right?
times have the Riders won the Grey Cup?
4 for the Riders. So that's So like
ever?
we're a torture
That's
thing.
it?
They're the least.
How long's the league been around for? 111 years? 111 years. 4 wins. Go Riders, go.
Underperforming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you start taking, that's the thing, when you have a solid fan base, you take those things for granted. When the business can proceed, you don't have to produce results because you know you're still going to sell tickets. There's no incentive. So I think this year, the attendance dipped a little bit, Rider Nation, and they're starting to lose faith. And it's a brand new facility that they wanted to have sold out for the next forever since it's been built, and now there's a little bit of dip. So maybe there's going to be some pressure to figure it out. CFL's, I think, a tough league to figure those things out. It's like some teams do. I don't know. Winnipeg seems to be the one. I don't even know who won this year. Toronto?
Toronto won.
So speaking of us not knowing what we're talking about, I guess if you're a second-rate league, Toronto's good at winning titles. But at the
Second-rate league, hey? Nice.
third-rate?
No, I thought that was generous.
What's that?
He's going to mute your mic if you keep dissing the CFL.
Oh, yeah,
Love
you're
the
right.
CFL.
Because you're right. Because someone in the CFL is about to sign for $700 million. That's right.
Dude, not that.
$1,000?
$1,000.
Yes. Nathan
So-
Rourke just signed for
Here's the
$750,000,
deal.
which is
if the CFL wants to
That's a
be
high-level
a
paid player.
legit sports league, the CFL needs to get an even amount of teams at the very least. Stop having 9 teams and 2 divisions. Get
Absolutely.
your shit together, man. 'cause
I
it's
disagree.
so embarrassing. Everything about that is so embarrassing.
no. One division, just one
Yeah,
league, just
do
9
that.
teams.
Yes.
That means one team gets
Yeah.
a bye every week. So
Dude.
every 4 weeks, that's fine.
1,000%. Stop trying to act like you're the NFL and need divisions. You
don't
don't.
need-
You only have
don't
9
divide.
teams.
And then we have a crossover game. Who cares? Just have the top 4 teams make playoffs, semifinal, final, boom.
That crossover game has been from the West for about 1,000,000 years until this past. It was like the first time in 30 years or something that the East actually crossed over to the West instead of the West to the East.
And there shouldn't be a crossover from the East, should there?
Yeah.
I don't know how it
dumb.
works.
It's
CFL is stupid, but I
It's-
like it. I still like it. I would go watch it.
We're gonna
I did
have. Hey,
once.
AJ, are you gonna be in our CFL fantasy draft league next year?
Oh, absolutely. I've started to study the form guide already.
Yeah, me too.
So
We gotta
check
figure out how to
this
do
out.
it.
Are we
Yeah.
up?
We're
up
good. No,
against
we
it?
got nothing else going on unless
Okay.
our special guest comes a little bit later.
So, as you were talking, AJ, I was trying to. I hate putting our feet in our mouths, sort of thing, where you say the Jays have done nothing. So I was live
Do it all the time.
news watching as you were speaking, just so I could maybe do breaking news. The Jays signed Pete Alonso or something wild, right?
The ice? What's the ice
That didn't
bear?
happen. But
Polar bear.
what I did see, and I'll reference, it came from the Toronto Sun, and they have a little post on the Xbox or whatever it is, the X system.
It's called Twitter, bro.
Okay. The Kevin Gosman, the X app. The commissioner was on a podcast today, and they're just blurting out ideas. So just like a brainstorm kind of thing of
Like the Golden Bat.
how to improve the game, and that there's some people think there's a crisis in the MLB where there's the openers that some teams use, so they won't use their starter yet, or it's essentially a bullpen game, but instead of calling it a bullpen game, they now have an opener where a guy will will be their sixth
First
starter,
inning.
but their fifth. They'll open with them for an inning or two. Then they'll have another guy that comes in. Then they might have a guy that throws for 3 or 4 innings, and then they'll bring their closer. Maybe it's a rest game for their setup and closers, but whatever. It's essentially a bullpen game. And he threw
You
out the
following this, Curtis?
Yeah, absolutely.
he threw out the idea. He threw out the idea that there needs to be an inning minimum. This is the commissioner of the MLB saying maybe there needs to be an innings minimum for a starting pitcher. So if you are the starting pitcher, you have to stay in for 3 innings, or you have to stay in for 4 innings or 5 innings. And then Gosman just said, you can't trust anything that man says. It's pretty wild league that you live in, that there's such blatant disrespect for
The boss.
the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like blatant. Like there's some people that speak out against Gary Bettman. There's some players that speak out against whatever that dude is in the NBA, the ball guy.
Stern? Not
Howard
Stern.
Stern or whatever his name is. But
David Stern.
Adam.
Adam Stern.
So there's
Howard
some talk. Just a joke. That guy's got curly hair.
Commish.
But it's crazy how
Silver.
David
Adam-
Silver,
Adam
Adam
Silver.
Silver.
Wait.
Yeah, right.
Nailed
Who's
it.
Adam Stern? Adam Stern, wasn't he?
He was the old one.
Player?
No, there's a
the
guy.
national
There's the
team?
old commissioner of NBA or
Yeah, the
whatever.
little guy with glasses.
Yeah, that was the old one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point
It doesn't matter. The point is, it's crazy how many players will speak out against the commissioner. Baseball. I could go on with some other references. There was a couple other players we were talking about a while ago that just don't have a respect for him. Think he's potentially ruining the game. There's some guys that think these contracts are getting out of hand. Like there is an issue. So we have these conversations, and Jay Mays will be on our thing saying that the players union's really strong. They will not go for a salary cap or a salary this or that. But we've had some ideas, but I just find it interesting that Kevin Gosman just comes out saying you can't trust anything the commissioner says, because he'll have an idea. He's going to go push an agenda one way or another, whether the players think it's a good idea or not. What's your take on that?
On which part?
That's a long
on the-
question.
No, there was a long lead. My question is, do you think there's an issue in baseball that the players,
Respect for the
lots of players, have a lack of respect for the commissioner of baseball? Like, is it going in a bad direction?
I don't think in that case. That's just there's dickheads everywhere. There's rude people everywhere. There's nice people everywhere. Do people call out Major League Baseball more than other sports? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I'll give the commissioner. I'm moving away from the question because I don't think they do, but
Okay.
I think Rob Manfred has brought up more changes or entertained the thought of more changes than any commissioner of baseball that we've been across, because baseball has been sport moves very slow in terms of change to begin with. Baseball was like that for ages, but then the last 2-3 years there's been changes. They've been good. We've talked about that. I think it's good to be talking about it, and that the head chief, the head cheese, is actually considering this and talking. It's just going to create more discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And shows that the game is willing to evolve, and it does. The fan base, they need to find new ways to get new people into the game. All sports are fighting for that. NBA seems to have done an awesome job at it. I think the NHL is on the rise. They seem to have somehow, whether it's like new ways of engaging, the game itself is good, but I think there's other media outlets that are doing a good job. So I think Manfred's going good, and if he's throwing out new ideas, and the players they can weigh in, carve the idea, but not the person.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I like that. I'm
I
thinking
get
too,
that.
man, like when you talk about putting limits on pitchers and all this garbage we have to deal with now in baseball with pitch counts and every single pitcher now that is in the MLB has a timer on their arm, and at some point they're going to blow up their elbow. It's going to explode, and that's going to be it. And we've reached the point now where the human body that all these athletes are stuck in, well, doesn't hold up anymore. We've gone past the point of being able to go out there and pitch like a normal pitcher, because we've gotten so big and strong that it's just, instead of being a nice strong arm, it's a time bomb that's going to end your career. So now that we have that fact and we know that nobody's safe, there's got to be a way, and I was saying this before, to bring it back somehow so we can get back to guys putting out 110, 120 pitches per game. Let's get back to the Gaylord Perrys. Let's get back to the Nolan Ryans. Let's get back to guys completing games. Like, I don't know the stat, but I guarantee you complete games are down enormously over the last couple of years.
Enormously.
It's embarrassing. It's legit embarrassing now.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's big and strong though. It's 100% technique, science,
Okay.
data.
So all that. Why
Video
can't we use
replay.
that to make it so this doesn't happen anymore from the ground up?
Because the everything is about velo. It's like, how do you get it past that guy? You throw it as fast as you can. How do you get around
So you're
somebody?
telling
You go
me
as
that
fast as you
science
can.
can't figure out how to hit that max velo without destroying your arm?
I don't think it's possible. I don't think the arm's designed to throw that fast. They've just studied techniques, and you've seen techniques to grow that strength in your throwing style and workout routines, and just really the mechanics of your body, how it needs to perform to throw that hard.
Yep.
We've got, or I haven't, but some people have figured that out and are able to train others to do that and improve, like grow their velo by 10 miles per hour is absolutely insane. Like a guy that's throwing
Until-
93 is now throwing 103.
Until
Poppity pop snap. Yeah,
That's it.
for sure. So, yeah, we're back on that other conversation about having a max velo or whatever. Like,
yeah,
how do you
it's dumb.
prevent
I
a guy
wanted-
from
I
doing
wanted
that?
to throw
I don't
that
know.
in there before we wrapped it up for today.
Steroids.
I was gonna say,
That would help them recover quicker.
Let's do it.
I feel like the only thing I ever have to add to these sports conversations is wit and sarcasm, so I like hold back because I'm like,
Dude.
how annoying is this guy on the end when he
I-
says one thing every 5 minutes and it's a
Dude.
smart ass remark? Because I wanted to say, you said the word safe parade like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, that is the greatest 80s band I've ever heard. Safe parade, so much synth.
Yeah,
So much synth.
that's a good.
New
That's a great
wave.
drop. That is a great
Safe
drop.
parade.
Safe
What
parade.
did they sing?
Yeah, what's the song?
What was the last thing you said? Pop, snap, bang. That's
It's a made up thing. I think Farnham is going to lead this band when he tours Canada.
I hear you're managing.
Hey, did you get any of your buddies yet to do The Voice?
Not yet.
Like a cover version yet?
Not yet. We're working
Matt
on
Oh.
the song, yeah. We haven't even
Yeah.
added. We got a big list of all this really cool stuff that we're doing, and we're like recording and we're producing and doing all sorts of really fun stuff, and that got lost in the mix, but we have to revisit that one.
Yeah.
And
You
as
gotta
I
send 'em
wasn't
your song.
listening, you should get your wife a Swollen Members CD, full circle. That should be the surprise gift for Christmas,
shall prevail.
right? And then
The
get
CD.
get
Culture.
face tattoos like Mad Child.
Yeah, I gotta buy a CD player.
Dude, make
Well,
sure
you bought a TV. Come on.
Wait a second.
make sure you put the CD inside one of those Tiffany boxes, though.
Real
Yeah.
question. Does your barbecue have an MP3 or whatever that player is?
Yeah, your barbecue's got to have one
Like
of those.
smokers,
by now.
I've seen that smokers now have that where you can have music. It's like there's a music box connected to these things, and you can.
don't need
Does it
that.
have like? Can you adjust the temperature on your phone with this barbecue, or can you shut it off remotely? Is it connected to gas? Is it propane? Propane and propane
propane.
accessories. Got it.
That's it.
Do you guys have the plates? Like when I grew up in Saskatoon, the barbecues had the grills.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Here, it was half your barbecue is a grill and half of it's a plate.
Yeah, the hot
So
plate.
you can do like
Breakfast
What's that?
on there. You got the breakfast. You got your bacon and eggs and everything going on that bad boy. Flat top, they call it. The old flat top.
flat top. Okay, so we've got half grill.
That's
It's
the way to
the
do
know the Weber family Q.
Like the actual, like the design number.
Yeah.
Ah, the Weber. the Weber.
Z47.
Yeah, of course, the Weber.
No, it's
Yeah.
the Q. You know, like the dome covered one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
what do
the,
they call
the
those? With the
egg?
coals. They have the coals. The egg.
No,
yeah, the
no
egg,
coals.
Egg barbecue.
The one that looks like
I
the
know what you
Jetsons
think. No,
plane.
it's the.
All right, hold on here. The Weber Q.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Our
sorry,
guest,
Kevin
Our
Gosman.
final guest has arrived. You guys.
Yeah.
So she's
You're
sitting
like,
over there.
there's like,
she's
thanks,
being
Sean.
She's taking slow steps back towards
Yeah.
the door.
Oh yeah, the
she's in
Weber
a
Q.
very, very unique situation over in the waiting room with Royal.
The
Amherst
Weber
right
Q.
now.
Wait a second.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
The
yeah.
Weber Q. It's like a campground, portable barbecue.
That's the baby Q.
The baby
The
Q.
baby Q you can carry around.
There's a big
Okay.
one. There's a
Oh,
big
look at
one
this
there.
thing.
That
Yeah,
guy.
neat. The Weber Q 1400.
Show him.
You know what?
Show him.
Do you know baseball, Caitlin? Do you know baseball?
3200.
Do you watch? Okay.
Caitlin plays softball.
They bring me
Why do
on
I
and then
know
they talk
Caitlin?
baseball and it's all
This'll be
over
good.
my head.
All right. We got to run, AJ. Thank you so much for sticking a little longer than normal here. We always appreciate it. One more thing.
Yeah.
What's the plan for next week?
Well,
Christmas, bro.
Technically, we're supposed to have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Christmas Day. You want to do one Christmas Day?
Well, it'll be
Well, that's
Thursday
Boxing Day for us.
Oh,
I was gonna say it'll be Thursday for him in Australia.
That's true.
Quit living in the past. Christmas
That's
is
a great
over.
point. You know what?
Man.
And then it's New Year's Day. We can't take the next 2 weeks off, can we? We have to move it. We're going to move you.
blasphemy.
Oh,
Can we
here,
do
hold
it
on, the boss is
pre-tape?
talking. Oh. The New Year's Eve stream. We're doing a New Year's Eve stream, 11 p.m.
That'll be
on
New Year's Day for
Eve.
you.
Yeah, it'll already be the New
Oh,
Year.
yeah,
You can
that
tell
could
us
be
how the
interesting.
ring
Yeah,
is.
let's do it.
You can tell us
I'm
what
in.
2025 is like.
Okay. Well, yeah, exactly. I want to get a glimpse of the future from our
Crazy.
friend.
That'd be
Adrian.
amazing.
For the first time ever. You'll be in 2025. We'll be in 2024. It's going to be so cool.
You'll be having Shrimpy on the BB
It'll be
Weber
there's
queue.
a Black Widow on my Al Pacino or whatever it was called.
Checks your flex
I might be a little
capacitor.
tired.
The space-time
Might be a little
continuum might
tired.
go.
That's
No,
good.
we will. I think that'll be our next one. Maybe we'll check in. We'll be in touch. We'll figure it out, and we will talk to you again very soon, brother. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas and all that stuff
Merry
to you and the
Christmas,
family.
buddy.
We love you.
Same to you, boys.
Take care.
Yep.
Hey, that's Coach number 1. Woo! That was good. All right.
So
Man.
I should leave right away.
We don't have. You have to go.
Well, I don't have to go.
Well, if you don't have to
get
go,
4
there's a spot
people
right
on?
here. Yeah, we always double up with that mic. That's why it's there. It picks up extra.
Oh, okay.
It picks
Yeah,
up
so it's
extra.
perfect, Yeah.
Come
Ladies
on,
and gentlemen,
Jalen.
without further ado, from Strip Down, the social media correspondent, it is Caitlin!
Hello.
So tell us about your softball career.
It was not very impressive. I played third base. Got hit with the ball a couple times. And
Oh,
I was like,
the
I got
face?
it. No, a lot
Thank
in the
God.
feet and the knees.
Yeah.
Feet.
Yeah.
I did
Right
that
on
a
the
lot.
big
I
toe.
wasn't very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's tough out there. But it's
there's
nice to have a
a
sports
probably
person.
90% chance that she will get baseball references that I don't. So
This
you
is
wanna-
good.
What did the Jays do this year? What are they?
I don't
they're
know.
Up, they're up against it, Caitlin.
Oh, yes. Very
what
good
you
year
got.
for them. Yeah.
Maggie, calm down. It's almost supper time. Welcome. So nice to have you.
Yes,
This
thank
is very
you.
exciting. I was pretty pumped when Curtis said that you wanted to come on in and check things out
Yeah,
and
this
see
is
what it's all
really cool.
about. As a
This is
social
awesome.
media person, is this pretty social media?
Very social media. Yes.
That's what I thought. So don't mind the dog. Royal Anders comes here and he feeds her a million treats.
Oh, yeah.
So she sits there and whines. And I told him he created a monster, and then he just sits here and lets her whine the whole time. Instead of taking care of it.
There's usually peanut M&Ms, which I know doesn't mean a lot to you.
She hasn't
'cause
even
you're
been in the
crazy
tooth booth
allergic,
yet.
but
Shout out to
that's
the
one of
tooth
the
booth.
perks here. There's a really good green room just on the other side of the wall there.
Dr. Hausman Associates, we love them. Thank you for donating to the tooth booth, or donating the tooth booth, period, which is very,
Made it happen.
very awesome. And to you for getting those pictures done on there.
And for
Local
Deneb
stuff.
for actually
and for
building.
Deneb for erecting the tooth booth. As we continue here, watch this. I'm going to do a little networking myself, you guys, as we have a website that Royal Andy has made. It's over at dufferinave.com. Dufferinave.com. As well, we have an email. Oh, here it comes. Email. Contact at dufferinave.com. That's the email that Royal Anders made for us. It's contact at dufferinave.com. Hit it up. I just want to get that in there because we're going to be talking about Royal Anders for the rest of the show, basically, because he can't get that damn dog under control, so she's going to be crying the whole time.
Can I
It's a
say
horrible
something,
pet
Gary?
handler. Yes, please.
Who was that guy on WWE like 5-6 years ago that played the guitar?
Elias.
Elias. You
Elias.
look more like Elias every time I see you. I don't know if that's what you're going for,
Definitely not.
but man, it's all I can think about now.
I have a
appreciate
clip
that.
of him. I think he came to
clip?
Saskatoon.
You would.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I believe
He
so.
was
yeah.
here.
Oh yeah, he was.
And he made a
He loved
hilarious
it.
clip.
He
Maze was
sang
like,
a
this
song
guy's
about how
hilarious.
crappy our city is, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
But not
I
a
know,
bad
and
way.
Hey.
he doesn't know Saskatoon. He thought everyone would stand up and boo, and we were all like, "Amen, brother."
We love it. Preach it to the choir.
Come in the winter next time, bud, if you want
is
to really
great.
see it suck.
All right. Let's get. We have a guest here. We should
Sorry.
talk to said guest and get to know her a little bit. What do you make of your run on the Strip Down so far? You having lots of fun?
It's so much fun. It's always like crazy every time, and then he plays like these highlight reels of the previous years, and I'm like, what is going on
Mayhem.
the show? But it's so
Mayhem.
good.
It's-
Yeah, it is mayhem.
And I tell Curtis all the time. I took a lot of the idea behind Strip Down and sort of incorporated it here, and it works very, very well. As in the element of being live,
Yeah.
and at the same time being entertaining.
Totally. Yeah.
Let's face it, that's the reason most people don't go live, because it's really hard to entertain when you're live.
No safety
Yeah.
net.
No safety nets. And if you can perform under that, you are a great acrobat. until you miss the net and fall, which never happens, especially on strip down. It happens all the
Oh,
time.
it happens all the time.
There's a somersault joke there, I think, somewhere, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Mutual friend, Mr. Clayton Croker. I remember asking
Santa.
him one day, I said, how can you go live every morning and just like come up with
Make
things
sure you
to
lean
say?
in there, get it right between you guys, just to make
Things
sure.
to say all the time. And he goes, oh, lots of misses, bud. And I was like, that's
He
fair.
says it's so real, man.
You know, they can't all be winners.
It's true.
But you swing for the fences every time. If I can
Every
use a
time.
baseball analogy. I will
Nailed
say,
it.
though, bringing in Caitlin
Yes.
gave the show a completely different energy than it's
Way
ever
in-
had
yeah.
because the social media, the two previous correspondents, had pretty much been there since day one.
Yeah.
So I can throw out references and they get it. And they were there in 2010.
They know all the
With
stuff.
Caitlin, it's like, oh yeah, you're brand new. So it actually kind of forced us to pause, and that's why we did these review shows. Because I was like,
Got to ease into it.
and it was much needed because you know how it is. You never look back, right?
That's it.
You just keep going and going and going and going. But like, how fun would it be to do a clips show here
It's like
That'd be fun.
and be like, remember all these crazy guests you had on like first week? Like, you're never gonna take the time to do that unless you're forced to.
it's like she represents the new audience.
I was just
Yes,
gonna say
yeah.
it's like the new audience.
I love that.
Yeah, for the
Get
new
everyone
viewers.
caught up and remind everyone how it all goes.
Totally.
Right.
So when you were hired, it wasn't a prerequisite to watch all of the strip downs?
He sent me a couple videos
Yeah.
as I was getting ready to come to the first show.
Oh, really? Hey, maybe watch this so you have an
Maybe
idea.
Check this one
Just
out.
so you have an idea. I do have to say your hair looks incredible.
Thank you,
Tell
Brooke
me more.
hairstyle in.
There it is.
Yeah.
Shout out, big time
Yeah.
hairstyle in for that one. You
Yeah.
did a fantastic job. It looks amazing.
Thank you, and I never dyed it before, so Brooke is very nice,
This is
very
it.
calming as you're getting it done. I liked her a lot.
I imagine it would be quite spooky if you've never done a hair
Yeah.
change, because it's like you don't notice how big of a part your hair color is to you until it changes.
Totally, yeah.
That's what
and
I'm
my
learning.
mom was like, "Don't dye it." So
Yeah.
she was like yelling at me.
You're not helping, Mom. You're not helping.
You don't get it, Mom.
It's gonna be a long Christmas now.
There you go. So you got the strip down going on. You pretend to play softball.
Yes.
What else goes on with Caitlin?
I just work at a local radio station in the city, so I'm doing that.
Nice.
I
We
do-
love local radio. We
Love
love
local
everything
radio.
local. You
Yeah,
betcha.
so I'm kind of just doing a lot of that right now. I do some editing, copyright editing on the side. Anyone needs that? Hit me up.
There it is.
Do you have a
Yeah.
website?
Pardon?
Do you have a website?
No.
Or an
It's the radio
Instagram?
station, I
Just go
believe.
off like vibes.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
That's
There you
yeah.
go. Call, hey,
Physical business
contact
cards.
Dufferin.
Yes, physical
Yeah.
business cards.
No, we love to. The reason I'm asking all these things is because everyone who comes in here, all we want to do is promote all the awesome shit that they do. And so I just want to get an idea of how we can help promote you and the stuff you're doing.
Totally,
Is
yeah.
the gist of it. So
Yeah.
this is good. So you got the job, you got the strip down going on. Do you have any aspirations or dreams of doing stuff like this?
That's a
Like,
great question.
What's the dumbest question I've ever been asked? I would believe, as I ask myself the question to myself, one of the least favorite ones has always been, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I've always wanted to just instantly punch whoever says it right in the face because it's such a dumb question. But at the same time, I was faced with that question a couple months ago, actually months and months ago, when we were just starting this place. And I said, you know what? For the first time ever, I don't want to punch you in the face for asking because I finally know. I want to see, in 5 years from now, my friends succeeding in here. I want to see everyone chasing their dreams and being successful while doing it. And it's slowly going that way. As long as you stay positive and, do all the things you got to do. Be kind, golden rules, treat people how you want to be treated. But what I've noticed is this place has the power and the magic to do stuff like that. So once you figure out a direction you want to go, we throw the rocket pack on you and off you go.
Totally. Like it kind of forces you to think about 5 years in the future, even if you don't want to.
That's the problem
Like
for me.
I've
That's
always
what it
not
was.
wanted to.
I was
So,
in
yeah.
I was in a where are you going to be in 5 years hole for like 30 years of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, I haven't thought that far. And then my life's like 2/3 gone. It's like, oh, wow. I'm just happy I finally have an answer.
I like doing the opposite and look where I was 5 years ago.
Oh,
And
see how
then there's
far
always,
you've
I
come.
hate.
I thought it was, where do you want to be 5 years ago? I was like, what?
No. I'm not that much of a mom. Sometimes I just play one on TV. But then sometimes you'll see a photo or an image of yourself, and it's like it doesn't probably happen to you very often. But for me, I hate photos of myself. But then I look at myself 5 years ago, I'm like, man, I like that version way better than this version. So it's a depressing decline as you get older.
Oh, good to hear.
But-
good to hear.
Thanks for coming
All
on,
I'm saying
Caitlin. It's all the
Thanks for
time
having
we
me.
got.
We used to be positive.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know
never
what
gets
happened.
better.
But sometimes it's like, or conversely, it's like, oh, where was I here? Oh, look at where I am now. Look at how much my kids have grown, how much of a success they have become, or different situations as a family. We've grown stronger, tighter. And I look back, it's like, look how far we've come. Or
That's better.
look at these little things
Now
we've
we're
accomplished around the house.
Yeah.
All those things, or haven't. And that's depressing that it's still in the same condition that it was 10 years ago. But that's fine.
I disagree
Right?
with a little bit of that. I was
Yeah.
I was quite heavy when I was younger, so I look back at those photos and I'm like, man, I'm glad I made some changes. I'm glad
Yeah,
I
well,
lost,
exactly,
glad I
like
lost
it's-
80 pounds.
sometimes
This
it's
guy
good
doesn't
to-
stop talking about how jacked you are, by the way. Like when
No.
you're not
Yeah.
here, he's like,
It didn't
you blew
happen
his
by
mind.
accident. 80 pounds gone.
Yeah, you
So
went
lost
for
80
it.
pounds.
Incredible. Congratulations. It's freaking awesome.
I
I,
noticed.
uh,
I would say I noticed at SaskTel Center one day.
Yeah.
Because I just had seen your face around previously on Cy Small Island.
Yes.
And then I would be like, man, I used to see that guy, watch him as a kid.
You're not
He's
gonna get this
ageless,
reference,
No.
ageless wonder. And then I saw you in person, and you're wearing a tight shirt. I was like, oh, who's this guy that's just like, you got a good body. Why are you wearing such a tight shirt? You don't have to do that. But then I saw who it was.
Clearly I do.
If he's from the size small farm, dude, don't you
Yeah.
think he'd wear size small
Fair
clothes?
enough, but I'm like, why? Like, why is this guy behind the camera being so jacked? Like, this guy has to be in front of the camera. This guy's amazing, and that was just all my thoughts walking
This is why I
past
come here
I was
all the
gonna
time, right?
say,
So
yeah.
we do.
Center.
This is definitely what we
Once that was once, probably 12 years ago.
do. All right, you guys. Hold
Okay.
on.
Well,
We plugged hairstyle in.
Yep.
Hairstyle.
Talked about Brooke, what's her name?
Yes.
To Brooke at Hairstyle In. Great freaking job. The hair looks amazing. Congratulations on all that. Congratulations on Strip Down. Anything else you want to touch on before we get Frankie to play us out of here?
Oh, we're at that point already. January show, we're talking about having a...
Live studio audience.
Yeah.
For the first
We're gonna
time.
try.
Now
We're gonna
we're
try.
talking.
Set up
Yeah.
some tables that are like literally
Now-
2 feet behind the camera ops,
Dude,
and we'll have a live studio audience.
What day?
We don't know yet. Are you gonna come?
Yeah,
I was
I
going to
will.
ask you,
Do it.
don't
Finally.
invite us
'Cause
because
I
we'll
might
be your
give-
whole audience.
We might give her like a mic to go into the crowd and ask questions.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
We'll get a handheld op.
I'd be so nervous to be on camera.
What's your max level for THC edibles? What are we allowed to have before we go? No
What-
limit?
What are you talking
Reach for the
about?
sky? Is this too unlimited? No limit. We'll reach
Like,
for
I think
the
it's
sky.
just be yourself.
Okay, well, I'm just asking. Can I take like 100
Are
milligrams?
you
candy?
asking like
don't think there's
if you can get
rules.
high before you come?
No. I'm a man. I'm not asking permission. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
'cause I was gonna
is there any
say
guidelines?
once you get high enough, you'll be an official camera op for the show.
Perfect.
You'll
I'll
have
fit
the
right in,
choice.
is what you're
Right in.
saying.
You'll fit right in.
Okay. Well then, I feel like your studio audience is filled because I know 4 people here already that can get in there. What's your max cap?
Probably like 10.
It's not a very big
It's
room.
not. It's small, but
Is
we'll
it-
pack people in.
Is it going to be the Dufferin
And I want
Avenue
that like live
Media
shot
Network
coming
crowd?
back from breaks with like the guy saying applause.
Yeah, totally. The whole 9 yards. The
Yeah.
real deal.
Yeah.
No,
that could be you if you want a job.
I think
for one night.
I'll be too high.
Yeah, fair. Awesome.
I'll be,
I've
wa-
seen-
I'll
that's
be
not
waving
true.
the camera guy to the stage. Like, get up, you're next. Get
I've
in
seen
there.
you build a studio on, and I don't know MGs of edibles and stuff, but I'm pretty sure lots.
Just
like
like
800.
Just like
Mark, maybe.
Just like
Yeah, but you should have seen
Julian-
it. You should have seen how it looked in his mind.
when
It looked
Julian
like Bowser's Castle. This is what we got in real life.
when Jacob asked Julian numerous questions, like, "Hey Julian, how much do you bench press?" or "Hey Julian, how many carats is that necklace?" He always says a lot. So the answer is just a
A
lot.
lot.
Sorry,
That's the milligram amount. It was a lot.
it was a lot.
But we made it, and look at us.
And we
now.
did it.
Hey, are we ready to play us on out of here? You got your headpiece? Oh man, you guys.
I might hear this for the first time. Okay.
Caitlin won't be able to hear,
I'll just
unfortunately.
smile.
Oh my God, that's what that
pretend you're
sounds
playing
like.
the
I've never
piano.
heard that before.
Play away. So basically, we have a piano that's playing right now.
You're the
shout out
piano
to-
player.
Oh yeah, it's me.
It's happening, and
Shout
you're doing
out
good.
to- Are the
That's
notes
good
good?
pace. That's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And nice nails too.
Oh, thank you.
Holy.
We didn't even talk about the ghost tattoo yet.
The
So
girl,
much.
girl with the ghost tattoo.
I like
That's
spooky.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So many questions. I'll have to wait till next time. Thank you so much to Von Trask for getting us this song. He also did the intro for the show. This is his grandpa
Yeah.
playing piano,
Is his grandma playing
His
piano?
His grandfather plays this. You'll listen to
and
it.
it's from like a cassette recorder. Like it's crazy. And then he like
Is it like
converted
old?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like pumps.
And there's other versions I've been trying to get out of Von Trask as well. He has to get back to me.
Man, we're gonna have to remix this in Safe Parade.
Yes, we will.
Oh man, sometimes your references are so subtle. It takes me a half hour.
Okay.
But that was 30 seconds. I
didn't even use my former fat joke I always use. I say before I lost my weight, my nickname was Beverly Hills because when I got on the scale it said 90210.
Thank you to the all the way around the world, all the way around table, the Wednesday all the way around table. Coach Kamatu, along with Curtis Anderson, along with Coach number 1, aka AJ over in Melbourne. Thank you to LB, Royal Anders, and to Caitlin for stopping by. So nice to meet you and look forward to seeing you more and more as we all continue to grow in this beautiful, crazy family of ours. We will be back tomorrow. CTV's Matt Young will be in the house.
Prime
With
time.
some video game stuff going on. Prime time.
Wow, that
As
Alpha's
well.
really going on
So
the
much more.
ivories. It's still going.
So good.
Dude,
That's piano.
the greatest pianist of all time.
I like when I
Look
walk
out,
into the saloon.
Mozart. Oh, yeah.
Ask who shot my paw.
Those doors.
I've
It's
never
like-
heard that. I've been on this show like 8, 10, 20 times. I've never actually heard this.
All right, now
You've
we
never watched the
now
show
it's
back?
about to end, though. So
What?
now we say our catchphrase. Remember, karma is very, very real. Do good things, and they will start to happen to you. I promise you, that's the only way we're going to make this world a better place. Treat others how you want to be treated, and then everything gets better. You ready? Ready for the big goodbye? 4 p.m. tomorrow. We'll miss you until that point. We love you. Nothing you